Anya knows everything about because it was one of her specialties, right?
Yeah, so we're starting off with the 800. In lane 0 we have Charlotte O'Riordan. In lane 1, Edel Daly. In lane 2, Rebecca Hamilton. In lane 3, Ashley Struess. In lane 4, Claire Tuggle. In lane 5, Rachel Clinker. In lane 6, Rebecca Lowe. In lane 7, Cara Ozing. In lane 8, Jessica Gannon. And in lane 9, Ellie Dunnigan.
So Claire Tuggle, who had an amazing 400 metres last night, only 14 years old, she'll be really looking to... I actually spoke with the head coach, Jeremy Lynn, of the American team that are visiting, and he told me to look out for something special tonight. So we're looking... first 50 metres, as expected, she's out in a 29.3, and like we mentioned last night, Grania, just that distance per stroke, that's just the key, especially in distance events. It's that really controlled... You know, the arms are really, especially on that entry, the arms are kind of like waiting out that little bit longer as opposed to the sprint event where they're almost at opposites.
Yeah, so Claire took that out nice and controlled, steady, but also fast for 29 for the first 50 of the 800 is fast. And she's going to turn here on a 101, 102. She turns on a 101.3, so she's entered on a 8:43, and I think she's going to go a good bit faster than that with a 101 to start off with.
So on average, what would you expect her to be holding here? 32, 33s throughout the 800? Would that be realistic?
I think 32. She'll start off maybe 32. She might drop off to 33. That depends. She didn't drop off at all in the 400 yesterday, so it really depends on how. She's in very good shape, so we'll see what she turns in here now. She's going to turn in 33. She's going to hold 33s, 34s. Nice and controlled. She's got such a long stroke, 4 to 6 speed kick. Really, really long stroke, really stretching out, really stretching in the front, in the back, and breathing both sides. But
I noticed that I was counting, so it looks like she breathes twice, 2 or 3 times to each side, and then switches it up.
So she's well aware where she is. She has a full body length ahead of Ashley in lane 3 there. So
Ashley Struess coming in second, so she's about 3 seconds behind. And then third and fourth very close between Hamilton and Clinker, I think we can pronounce that. So spaced out a little bit, but Tuggle definitely the clear winner, or not the clear winner, well, the clear...
She's got a clear lead at the moment.
Clear leader, that's the word I'm looking for.
I don't think she's going to tie up coming from her 400 yesterday, but for second, third and fourth place, it's anybody's game at the moment because it's a long distance. We're only going back up into 300 metres now, and it's going to start hurting once the second 400 starts.
And is it a rhythm in terms of, when I swam my breaststroke, when I swam the 200 breaststroke, I knew strokes through counting 1 to 5, 1 to 5, 1 to 5 3 times to give me the 15 strokes per the length in the long course race. What's going through your head right now? Like, is she just kind of concentrating on that, keeping that high elbow, keeping that rhythm?
She's going to be concentrating on long and strong, so long strokes but strong strokes. So she's really catching the water. She's got a very high elbow underneath the water and in recovery. So great catch, great recovery. So yeah, long and strong, getting as much distance per stroke as possible. And just she's really powering through there.
So the Americans taking the first 4 places so far in this distance event.
Then we have Edel Daly from the National Centre in Limerick, who'll be training under Emma Crowley and Cormac Powell down in Limerick. So this is a great swim for her as well, out in lane 1. But Claire is really pulling again. I think she has about 4 body lengths ahead.
So coming into the 400 metres, halfway in the 800, looking very, very strong, really controlled. You can hear her coaches shouting from the deck. I can't question, can you hear? Because I could never hear a coach shout if, some coaches have like, specific whistles or kind of cheers.
You would like a freestyle swimmer, if you're going to see their coach on either side of the balcony here, so you're going to know thumbs up, thumbs down,
Yeah.
wave, and you're going to know, like I would have had a whistle and I knew what that whistle is, and if it was louder, you're to hurry up pretty much.
Nice, nice.
But last year's winner was Rachel Bethel in 9 minutes. So Rachel's not in the race this year. She
No,
didn't
Rachel,
enter the
she's
800.
She's from the 400 last night. She was slightly up her best. She'll probably be back in the 200, the other freestyle events as the week goes on.
Yeah. So here's Edel Daly going into the 450 mark, coming off that. But Claire is just miles ahead. 15 metres ahead of Ashley here now. And then for third place amongst the Americans is tight.
Quite a young field overall. You know, I know it's women's 14 and over, but you know, if we look the oldest Rachel Klinker there was born in 2000, and then the youngest Claire Tuggle at 2004. So quite a range gap, but all still very young.
And we have out in lane 7 Cara Osing from Temple Oak, so she will be coached under Brian Sweeney, who I'm sure is here in the stands supporting her along the way.
And what would be a typical like pacing 800 set? What was your favourite? Like, would you go like 8 ones of something, or was it?
Probably 32 50s would be a typical pacing set. 3 on, 1 off, 2 on, 1 off. Break it up like that. 3 on, 1 off when you're in really tough training, and then as you get closer to competition, 2 on, 1 off.
Okay.
So a lot of these would have done that. Yes, you would do 8 100s as well, or 4 200s broken. Everyone is different.
Okay. I just know it's 600 meters beyond my realm of understanding, so
That's too much for you.
keep it 200 and below.
So
So
there's
6:28.00. Second position now, coming in lane 3, Ashley Strauss on a 6:40.
Ashley Strauss coming in now. Hamilton third.
As you can see from the screen there's just a massive gap from first to second. It just shows the dominance here of Claire Tuggle. So
Claire's going to extend that lead to 25 metres by the end of this race. She's only getting faster as the race goes on, so she's really building through the race. We still have Edel. It's our first Irish athlete who's winning at the moment, closely followed by Cara from Temple Oak, and then we have Rebecca Lowe from Athlone.
So that 9 minutes, a real kind of psychological barrier, just as we were talking about barriers last night in the men's 100-meter breaststroke being 60 point, all these kind of barriers. So that 9 minutes is there'll obviously be maybe Claire will be under it, and probably Rachel as well. She repeats her best as a 8:54, so she should be thereabouts.
Claire just turned on a
She'd
7.
have to come back in a 1:12, not to go under the 9 minutes.
And Claire turned on a 7:33. Her best is 7:43, so she's going to come back faster than a 1:10 to go under her PB as well. 8:40 would be good, I'd say, for Claire Tuggle.
Not forgetting Rachel Klinker there in lane 5 has massively stepped up the tempo. She's just increased her stroke rates there just as she's closing in. So she's obviously going to be going for that third position.
So there's only really third position up for grabs here with the Americans. With the Irish, we have Edel Daly out in front. Good distance. Again, she's really powering through this last 100. But with the American, Claire Tuggle coming in to finish, and she's going to touch in 8:37.23.
8:37.27. That is
6 second
moving.
PB for Claire. 14-year-old, 8:37.
And she can take a great breather. Watching the race for a second. That's taken by Ashley Strauss.
So Ashley Strauss,
Second place, Ashley Strauss at 8:54. Third place, 9 minutes 53 for Rebecca Hamilton, and in fourth,
100 that was separate in third and fourth. I mean, after I could understand after 100 or a 50, but after 800 meters.
and Edel Daly has just touched for the first Irish home in 9:16.06. The great swim again for Edel Daly. And second in is Cara Ouster, 9:22.75. Again, another PB there. And in third place for Ireland, Rebecca Lowe from Athlone. So Rebecca done 9:31.50. So that would have been slightly off Rebecca's PB.
So the Americans scooping the first 4 positions in the 800.
Again, this comes back to the Americans really getting their junior athletes to swim all distance and making sure that they're developing over all strokes and just getting not specializing early in their
At that
career.
young age, yeah, and you look at those age groups, they all are,